Alright, hey kids, it's Andrew here again. I'm going to show you how to use the libraries inside of SolidWorks for Team 299. Now, if you set everything up correctly, just going to open up assembly. If you set everything up correctly the way I showed you in the first video, you should have our library completely installed. Way you can test that is over here you see these little books and it says your design library. If you click on that, you can have a couple tables over here. You won't have Library 2016, don't worry about that, but you will have something titled Library. If you just open that up, it'll give you a library of a lot of common parts I've collected over the years. A lot of COTS parts that you can purchase from different places that you can pull into your assemblies. And the way you use that, let's say I want to get a bearing. I just double click on the bearings folder. I find the right one I want. So let's say I want a fender hex flanged. You just drag it in, and there it is. And that's your bearing. If I want another piece, I just open up this design folder. Let's go to gears, 20 DP, 500 hex gears. If I want a 42 tooth, just drag it right in, just like you're putting a new part in. Comparatively, a second way you can do that is through insert component. Just click on that and go to browse. And if you go to 299 CAD, SolidWorks, you'll see our library right there. It's the exact same thing. You can select from here. You can go to pulleys, double click, and you can just put it in right there. And these interact normally, like any normal assembly part. Now, if you're watching this and you say the design library is not showing for me, or I can't find, if you can't go over here, actually, first step, if you're in design library and library does not show, just right here, library isn't there, that means you haven't completely followed the steps correctly on the first video on choosing your design library. Go back and watch that video if you have no idea what I'm talking about as a first video. Ask someone in the chat and have them tell you, because I don't know, I want the students to start answering some stuff now. Worst case scenario, ask me, but I'm going to be lazy. Have a student show you. And if you go to insert components, or if that's not there at all and you have no idea what I'm talking about with the library, you go to insert components, go to 299 CAD, you go to SolidWorks, and there's no library folder. That's a bigger problem because you didn't download the entire Dropbox. So get that done. Otherwise, you should be able to use library pretty easily now. If you notice, there's a naming format to how we do things in the library. Each like gears have their own different file format. Pneumatic cylinders have their own file format. If you don't know what a format is, try guessing based on what it is. But if you're trying to look through the different files and say, oh, I really don't understand what this file format is, ask me. Because if you ever download a file that's not in the library, you can please add it. Like, the whole point of the library is that we can add more files that we commonly use as we go on. Now, a good rule of thumb is don't add something that's custom. So if you got a custom part, unless we use it a lot, there would be no point in adding it to the library because, you wouldn't be using it. And you have to double, triple check to make sure that the item that you want to download is not already there, because we want to avoid getting duplicates. Alright, so that should be all for this. If you have any questions, I don't know, go bug someone about it. See ya.